Sacha Baron Cohen brought us Borat, and now we have Bruno. The has been called everything from vulgar to brilliant. And one thing's for certain, whenever you find Bruno, you'll find trouble as well. Take a look.
The Velcro silhouette made by Frederick Baum.
Wow, thank you.
Yeah. Okay,
Thank you. Can you go out? Oh, we go, but don't push me.
Yeah, we haven't finished the thing.
Go
Yeah.
out now.
Yeah, wait a second. Take this.
And Bruno, we welcome you to today. It's nice to see you. How are you? Nice to see you. Whose idea was it to wear a Velcro suit to a fashion event in Milan?
You know, it was mine. No big deal whatsoever. But, you know, why did it do it? I mean, why did artists do anything? Why did Louis Armstrong walk on the moon? You know, why did Caesar build Rome in a day? You know, why did Leonardo DiCaprio paint the Mona Lisa? I don't know.
But it ruined the show.
Yeah, it was a disaster. It was worse than Dar 4. It was Dar 5.
But it also ruined your career in Europe. I mean, you lost your job hosting a fashion television show. You were blacklisted from basically every fashion event in Europe. Is that what made you come to the United States?
You know, Ish wanted to come here and become like an internationally respected figure, like Heidi Montag from The Hills.
Yeah. And to seek uber fame.
Yeah, you know, Ish wanted to become uber famous. You know, Ish wanted to become the most famous celebrity from Austria since Hitler.
So what has the reaction been in this country as compared to how people in your home of Austria tend to react to you?
You know, they treat gay Austrians really well here. I mean, in California, they made one of them governor. What, didn't you know?
Moving along, you not only traveled to the United States, you obviously traveled to California, you do Texas, and then you set off on a trip to the Middle East. And I just have to ask you, do you think you were fully aware?
I think it's called the Middle Earth, actually.
Were you fully aware of the issues of that region, the conflicts of that region, before you actually set off on that trip?
You know, Matt, Ish did like a lot of research. Like, Ish watched The Mummy Returns and also like 20 minutes of Aladdin.
But you seem to be confused about some very basic things. For example, in speaking to an Israeli and Palestinian representative, one on either side of you, you confused Hamas with hummus.
Yeah, they're basically the same thing.
I mean, do you know they aren't basically the same thing? Are you a little clearer on that issue right now?
Well, the situation there is like really complex. I mean, the Palestinians have got their enemies, you know, the Israelis, but I've got my enemies too. My enemies is carbohydrates. You know, I've had to declare jihad on Haagen-Dazs. You know, but the real problem there is fashion, right? I mean, if I open my wardrobe and all I saw was like a black burqa and some sandals, I'd blow myself up too. I mean, here is the statistics. This is the real statistic, America. Not one suicide bomber has ever blown themselves up while wearing Marc Jacobs. You do the mathematics.
I'll look that up. As long as you bring fashion up, I was watching as you went around the world to promote your documentary on becoming uber famous. Some strange outfits. We saw you dressed as a bull in Madrid.
That's right.
We saw you dressed as a beefeater, a British guard in London.
That's right.
Has that been working for you?
Well, the world tour was totally amazing. I mean, Ish went to 9 countries in 18 days, which is more than any Austrian since 1941. You know. Also, the favorite bit was definitely Paris, which, of course, is named after America's skankiest bimbo.
Let me talk about some reaction to your film, and there's been a lot of it, not all positive, and it hasn't even been released yet. A representative from the Gay and Lesbian Alliance Against Defamation said, quote, "My fear is that in parts of the country where gay men and lesbians are still unable to adopt children or can lose their job for being gay, Bruno is going to make things worse for people." How do you react to that?
Well, why all this backbiting from my community? I mean, I never saw the astronaut community getting upset about Buzz Lightyear. You know, the great thinkers have always been persecuted. Plato, Aristotle, Shakira.
But there are some people in your own country, for example, the Austrian minister to Great Britain has called for a boycott of your movie.
What?
He's called for a boycott of your movie. He doesn't want people to go out and see Bruno.
He's Austria turning on me now? I just heard about this now. This is a very private moment. Close up, please. That is just so Austrian. They build you up and then they knock you down. First they did it to Arnie, then they did it to Mozart. He had to leave Vienna. I don't know where he lives now. It's only a matter of time before they turn on Adolf.
Bruno opens.
Hug me. I feel so lonely.